We have some breaking news to tell you about now. The NYPD is investigating a suspicious package found near New York City Mayor's home, Gracie Mansion. There's a massive police presence at the scene, and a nearby park is being evacuated.
Now, this comes just days after two Pennsylvania men were arrested for throwing explosive devices in that same area and what authorities are calling an ISIS-inspired terror attack. NBC News national law enforcement and intelligence correspondent Tom Winter joins us now. Tom, the landscape of these attacks is troubling, right? Yes. Especially just given the timing. What do we know about this one?
Right. So this particular device that they're looking at, it isn't even confirmed that it's an explosive device. Look, out of an abundance of precaution, given the location, given how close this is to Gracie Mansion, apparently a worker in the area spotted something earlier today. It was a little bit concerning, may or may not look like the type of thing that was thrown on Saturday as part of, as you referenced there, Morgan, that alleged ISIS-inspired terror attack that was tried to be carried out on Saturday afternoon. And so fire department is there because if there are any injuries, but also they can supply the water to a piece of equipment that the police have to actually intentionally destroy any sort of potential explosive device without damaging it for its evidence or having it actually go off in the way that it was intended. Again, if this is a suspected device, they can also x-ray it there at the scene. I'm looking at some of the bomb squad emergency service unit trucks that are there. That's what we were just looking at. So this is out of abundance of caution. Certainly want to make sure that there's nothing that these individuals left behind. If they did leave something behind, this should be looked at.
And hopefully there's surveillance video to backtrack later and see who might have left that package. Tom, let's talk about this search of a storage facility in Pennsylvania and the potential link to the suspects in the weekend bombing. Yeah,
so that search started yesterday afternoon. The FBI was there. They were going through, along with local police, this storage unit, just a regular public storage. And apparently, they believe that not only is it associated with those two individuals that are now facing 5 counts each in association with that incident on Saturday afternoon, but they found explosive residue inside that storage facility, that there was a controlled explosion last night. You're looking at the search. This was on Sunday of the vehicle that these two allegedly took to New York City, and a robot actually kind of tearing apart the car to be able to look inside of it. But this was a public storage unit about 15 minutes from where one of the suspects' house was. And so they did that work overnight into today. And obviously now the idea that potentially these explosive devices could have been manufactured there or put together there, or at least the explosive compound could have been made there. So that's a more significant development in the investigation, and that now we know where it is. On top of that, our station in Philadelphia, NBC Philly, Deanna Durante, a reporter we talked to a lot down there, she's been reporting on some unexplained explosions in the area over the past several months. So is that connected to this? Again, all part of the investigation.
Yes, so much. Scary. Absolutely. Everyone has to be on alert with the whole see something, say something. Tom Winter, thank you for the latest on this breaking news.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.